Can independent artists actually survive without the music on Spotify? Now, this is something I've been wondering about more often with more and more artists deciding to take the music off the platform and many others who are considering it. Now, before you decide to do something like that, it's important to understand the full impact it's going to have on your business. Now, here's my list of top things you would lose out on if you were to take the music off the platform. Now, the first one's obvious. You're going to lose out on streaming royalties. Now, it's going to vary between different artists, but you can roughly expect to lose about a third of your streaming royalties if you were to take your catalog off of Spotify. Now, the second thing that artists would lose out on is Spotify's discovery engine, which is typically in the form of these algorithmic playlists like Discover Weekly, DJ, radio, etc. There's also a feature called Discovery Mode that allows artists to opt in individual songs to get an algorithmic playlist boost in exchange for 30% of their streaming royalties. Now, for artists who have a bigger catalog and listenership, this might have a bigger impact on you. But just remember that you still have access to other powerful discovery engines in social media, such as Instagram and TikTok. Now, the third thing that you would lose out on is access to valuable listener and music data. I know a lot of artists like to use their top cities that their listeners are in order to help with routing tours and booking shows. Other DSPs like Apple Music and other platforms like TikTok and Instagram have plenty of data that you can access as well. Now, the fourth thing that you will lose out on are the Spotify followers that want to be notified about your new releases. Whenever you drop new music, it shows up on their release radar playlist. Now, to me, this is not a big deal because your Spotify followers are siloed. There's no way for you to know who they are. You can't reach out to them. You can't message or contact them in any way. Now, at least on social media like Instagram and TikTok, you can see people's profiles. You can see people left comments for you. You can engage and interact with them. They can even DM you, right? And to me, this is much more valuable than Spotify followers. Now, the fifth thing that you will lose out on is additional show promotion with the Bandsintown integration. Whenever you list a show on your Bandsintown account, it'll actually show up on your Spotify profile. Spotify will actually notify your followers, whether it's in-app or through an email, whenever you have a show in their city. Now, for the artists who don't really do shows or tours, then this won't really have an impact on you. The sixth thing that you will lose out on is the Shopify merch integration. If you use Shopify to sell merch, you can actually have your products show up on your Spotify profile. Now, if you don't sell merch or you don't use Shopify, then this integration actually doesn't impact you. Lastly, number 7, you lose out the ability to pitch your new releases for Spotify editorial playlist consideration. Now, getting a song on one of Spotify's editorial playlists can provide a nice bump in streams, listeners, followers, as well as revenue. But it's definitely not going to make or break your career. Not to mention, it's not really easy to get on one of these playlists because you have to consider that over 100,000 songs are being uploaded to Spotify each day. Have you taken your music off of Spotify or have you thought about it? Let me know in the comments below.